Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
And we're back. Another week. Another couple of beers. And another couple of good times.
I hope all of our listeners have survived the life since last episode.
Well, statistically speaking...
No, we're not allowed to lose any listeners ever. We have literally dozens of listeners. We can't afford to lose even a single one.
Very true, very true. So how's it going, man? How's your week been?
Pretty good. But what I really wanted to say, I hope all of our listeners are in good health. It didn't come out that way.
You know, hey, potato.
Potato.
Yeah. So we hope no one died versus we hope everyone's in good health. I mean, the meaning is the same.
It is the exact same thing. Our listeners know that we always have good intentions.
Their best interest at heart.
Yes.
As long as has interest involved drinking.
kind.
It must align with ours, or else they're dead to us. But we're once again joined by Pontus and Marcus. So, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Howdy.
All right. Welcome. I'm glad to have you. What have you guys been up to since the last time we talked?
We're still alive, at least.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah. No thanks to Martin, who assumed that you probably are dead by this point.
We're just trying to survive, more or less.
See?
Just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Survive the work week.
Yeah.
Because the man's got his foot on his throat, keeping him down.
You know, the life in the streets, it's rough.
It is rough.
Pontus is a streetwalker. We just haven't mentioned it before.
That is true.
That is true.
Well, to make your life easier, we have two beers that are both probably high ABV, if I had to guess. Because one is a Belgian-style ale of some sort. I don't know what it is. And the other is an Imperial Stout.
And both are Swedish.
So one's 11.3% and one is 10%. So we will definitely be feeling better by the time this episode's over.
Nice. So which one do we start with?
We're going to start with the Belgian one. And since you're in the light, and I can't really read that well because it's really dark, I'll let you get into the...
I'll help you.
Okay.
So I know the feeling.
So this is Vreta Kloster Bryggeri, and it's their St. Lars 13. St. Lars 13 is a flavorful... I'm translating.
Yes, of course.
It's a flavorful quadruple that we made together with the pub The Klomp when they turned 15 years old. So that's Linköping. The name alludes to the address of the pub, which is named after the St. Lars. But it also alludes to the old Belgian measurement for wort strength, which is probably 13, I guess. So 13 degrees wort strength is probably becomes 11.3% ABV. And they warn that there could be yeast sediment. And I think we've mentioned Vreta Kloster before. It's a monastery.
Yes, we actually interviewed them back last year when we went to the Malmö Beer Whiskey Festival.
That is true.
And ever since then, I've been actually more interested in their progress and what they've been doing. And I've tried several of their beers and have quite enjoyed a lot of them. I will say the traditional Belgian styles are maybe not my favorite, but I think they do a really good job representing, especially here in Sweden, where these aren't styles that anyone really brews locally. So, what do we think about a Belgian quad?
It looks kind of murky, brownish liquid.
Like a Belgian quad.
Exactly.
I would say there's some good carbonation on it. There's some nice lacing on the top. It smells.
It smells a Belgian yeast.
Yeah, it smells Belgian yeast, kind of those...
esters. But I say, before we start more, have you been to the Klomp, the pub in Linköping?
No, I don't think I've ever been to Linköping.
I was there last April, I think, with when my girlfriend's dad turned 60.
Nice.
So we went to the Klomp both before and after the party, and a really nice place in the center of Linköping. So if you haven't been there, even if you are in Linköping, go there.
All right. So Linköping, a city in the middle of Sweden? No, is it not?
Lower half.
Lower half. Yeah. I mean, middle, like from coast to coast. It's like from east to west, it's in the middle.
From north to south, it's like
because basically everything in Sweden is in the southern hemisphere of Sweden.
Yeah, it's like
90% of Sweden is in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, but like 1.5 hours south of Stockholm.
Yeah, pretty much. Like 200 kilometers, I think.
And about what, 1.5 hours north of here? 2 hours?
No, it's like 3
3 hours. Okay, yeah. But yeah, so if you're going east to west, it is kind of more in the middle part of the country.
Yes.
Yes, right.
Sure. And so the Klomp, this bar, 15 years, they were early, like beer revolution, kind of.
Yeah, and also they also made a lot of beers with like local breweries that were made only for the club. I think he used to run like a members club there, where you like vote for beers made, what's called the Central Bryggeri in Linköping.
No, but they aren't that good.
No, but so it was a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I think they were the first ones in Sweden who had that, like where the members could vote for the next beer.
Ah, okay.
So they made like 3 or 4 years per beer, and they had like monthly votes, and then they had like some kind of bracket or something. And the winning beer was the one they made next for the clump and had a few kegs of.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. But this beer, so do you feel like just by smell and look, you think we're spot on for a Belgian quad?
Yeah, it has esters, it has alcohol heat, it has dried fruits, it's very sweet.
All right. Well, cheers, guys.
It's lacking a bit in the candy syrup department.
Yeah.
So you want more candy fruit?
You know, the candy syrup, like I want more of that, like in the nose.
It's not okay. So I think a lot of times the Belgian quads they get a little sour kind of in the flavors. So this one doesn't come off as quite that sour, which I think is a good thing.
I see it's also a bit hoppy, like it's a hoppy bitterness to it.
Yeah, it's kind of fresh. It's definitely got the alcohol heat to it.
Yeah.
Come on, Martin, you got something to say there. You're thinking, I can see it.
I'm disappointed in the aftertaste, and I don't have the words to. I think it's metal. I think it's metallic in the aftertaste.
Okay. Anyone else finding it metallic in the aftertaste?
Not really.
No.
It's more like dirt. It's
But
more
the earthiness is what you're
earthiness,
saying.
like we would get from a beetroot beer.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I don't find that myself.
No, I think that's also kind of evil because beetroot beers shouldn't exist.
Yes, I agree with you on that one.
And now that I've said beetroot, I taste more and more beetroot. I think I've tricked myself. I do like Vreta Kloster. I like the brewer that we talked to, and I definitely like what they're trying to do. They're trying to establish Belgian-style beers produced in Sweden. So I don't want to be too harsh on it, but this one isn't my favorite.
I think for me the mouthfeel's a little too thin. It's a little watery. I think for me that's what's kind of taking it down a little bit. It's not supposed to be a viscous, like syrupy kind ofness to it, but I think it should have a little more body than what this one has. Otherwise, I think the booziness is right on. I think the esters are there. It works for me. Again, quads aren't my favorite style, so I'm biased a little bit to begin with. But you guys, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page as you are on this one. It's a pretty solid beer, but a bit more mouthfeel wouldn't hurt, and tastes are pretty good. So yeah, it's a good beer, but as you said, quads aren't really my cup of beer. So
Yeah, I say quads. I like them, but I need to pair them with something. Quads by themselves are a bit too much.
They're hard drink. I'll give you that.
And you'd like to pair them with cheese, right?
For sure.
I would say this would be really good with like a Havarti or a Gouda or something like that.
Something with a bit more nuttiness to it, like just to balance out all the candy syrup.
Yeah, and I think it would enhance the flavor of the beer as well.
Yes.
So I completely agree with you on that one. This definitely needs some cheese to go with it on the side. I think it would definitely elevate the beer. All right, Marcus, what do you think?
3.5 maybe. Yeah, 3.75 somewhere maybe in between.
Okay. I'm gonna go 3.5. I think if it has a little more, I don't know, richer mouthfeel, I think it would be it'd be a 3.75 easily. But 3.5.
Yeah, I'd say a 3.75, and if I had some to pair with it, would probably be a 4 or maybe even a 4.5.
I've had some, like you said, like some cheese or something to go with it. It probably would elevate it for me quite a bit.
But 3.75 for me. But because it's a good beer, and I like it.
Yeah.
The earthy beetroot has now moved to the aroma as well, so I'm going to give it a 325.
Oh, okay.
I can't give it high.
I was going to Martin, we're just not going to take your opinion on this one because you're obviously all wrong.
Stop gaslighting yourself.
Oh, gaslighting myself. Yeah, exactly. So the next one is a stout, right?
I hate this. So
it's made by Electric Nurse.
It's Electric Nurse. It's Angry Moose Imperial Stout. It's 10%. It is a Imperial Stout with roasted tones of chocolate and coffee.
Angry Moose.
Yep, that's all it really says. There's no additives or anything, so...
When I hold it up to the light, it's more dark brown than it is black.
Oh, it's definitely roasted. There's a lot of licorice and...
Salami.
Yeah, salami. I would say like tire kind of.
Smoke.
Yeah, like
Smoked malt. Maybe.
Yeah. This is almost like a Rausch beer. It
does smell like both salami and almost burnt rubber. No, the burnt rubber is too mean. The salami aroma is quite nice, actually.
Like I said, like tire, burnt kind of, but that's not a bad thing in this. It's just a descriptor, I think.
Yeah, it's like some kind of smoked salami, like a bit more smoked than usual.
Smoked
Pepper salami?
smoked pigs.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what's really unusual about this, I think, is the carbonation and the lacing, because this is one of the few stouts we've had recently where they just carbonated the shit out of this beer. Usually, most of these stouts that are 10-11% are kind of flat. So it's kind of interesting that there's some kind of heavy carbonation. So let's dig in, guys.
Let's try it.
Let's see how much like a Rausch beer this tastes like.
This is straight up like a really, really... I'll say it's a malt bomb. Like a roasted malt bomb.
You think roasted malt bomb?
Yeah.
All right.
No, I get only like smoked things
Yeah.
from this one.
Martin?
I get more like licorice and roasted malts in the flavor than in the aroma. So I wouldn't call this a Rausch beer.
But I'll say the aftertaste is prickig korv.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Nice.
Spotted sausage.
Yeah, it's I don't know how to
Spotted
describe
dick.
that. No, it's just like a type of smoked sausage. Let's just go with that.
I'm pretty sure that spotted dick is a type of meat that you buy and eat.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
To the internet machine.
Yes. So what's interesting about this is the mouthful is really thin.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a little heavier, but it's basically just a real traditional stout.
Oh, it's a dessert pudding. Spotted dick.
Exactly. See, I knew it wasn't.
I knew it was
meat.
food.
Well, at least you got it was a food.
Sausage, dessert. What's the difference?
Potato,
Something you
potato.
put in your mouth. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You were just excited about dicks of various coloring.
I knew that you would like it, so that's
Exactly. And maybe you should see a doctor about
I
that.
know how to push your buttons. It's not my favorite Imperial Stout. This one.
So this is almost like just a real straight down the line traditional old school stout.
Yeah, it's like a smoked stout.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of smokiness to it and a lot of roastness, but it's not complex at all. It's just a simple, straight up.
Yeah. I would say this is like the stout for people that don't like pastry stouts.
I would even say that because it's too smoky for that. I say it's you need something a bit sweeter and not as smoky if you want something that's not pastry for the regular people.
For the normies, as you like
to call them. The peasants.
The peasants.
The NPCs.
The non-playable characters, exactly. All right. I mean, this one's, again, it's not much to say about it. It is just it's a stout. It's a straight down the line, high ABV beer that either you like it or you don't. So, Martin, what do you think?
I don't know, 3.5.
All right.
I'm just throwing out numbers now.
Yeah, I don't know. 3.25.
I'm going to go 3.25 as well. Not because I think it's bad, but I think because you would only drink it because you're like, oh, it's open and it's 11% or 10%. I'm going to get fucked up.
Yeah, I'm with you. Exactly my notes, more or less. It's 3.25, and you drink it not because it's super tasty, but to get a kick of it.
Yeah, because you want to get a little bit of a buzz, and this is in front of you. I think that's all we can say about this beer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll wrap it up here. You can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, and until next time,
Keep drinking it, dum-dums.